The next morning, I didn't want to get up. My head was hurting really bad, but my mom said I had to go to school. So I dragged myself out of bed and went downstairs to get myself some breakfast. I was going to just give myself a bowl of cereal because the clanging and banging of the pots and pans is like a pulsating punch to my head and ear. But my mom told me, "Lizzie, you need something more filling to hold you until lunchtime." So I thought that she was going to fix me something more filling. But she said, "Lizzie, don't you see I'm reading the comics? And besides, you need to learn how to fend for yourself." So, "Are the dishes washed?" I asked her. "No, Lizzie, you need to start doing these things and stop making up excuses about the noise." She didn't understand. I felt hot tears behind my eyes, but I wouldn't let her see me cry. So I slowly began to wash the dishes. It was taking me a very long time. "Lizzie, you'll be late for the bus." "But Mommy, the noise—" "I don't want to hear it, Lizzie. You need to cut that crap out now, or you'll end up in an institution." That was when I couldn't take it. I turned on her. "Mom, you don't know what it's like. You're not me. The sounds are very painful." And I started crying right in front of her. She looked at me, and then her face got red, and she just slapped me. "Lizzie, you're being rude and disrespectful." I started crying and crying. She just didn't understand how much pain I was in. So I went up and got my Bose noise-canceling headphones so that I could wash the dishes. "Lizzie, you have to expose yourself to noise so that you can get used to it." "But it's really painful." "Cut it out, Lizzie, and get used to it. Tough it up. Show some tough skin." That's always what people were telling me. "But Mom, I'm going to get a migraine." If you tell yourself you're going to get a migraine, then you'll get a migraine. It's all in your head, Lizzie. It wasn't in my head. Everyone said that, but it wasn't true. I truly did get the pain from the sounds, and no one understood. "Well, that's your bus," my mom said to me. "I guess you won't be eating breakfast this morning." And then right before I got onto the bus, she broke my headphones in two. "I can't go to school without headphones," I said to her. "Get on the bus," my mom snapped at me. And then she dragged me by my arms down to the bus and picked me up. By this point, I was curled up like a ball and kicking and wrestling with her. The kids on the bus saw me and pointed and laughed and made fun of me. I sat down next to Michelle. "What's going on?" she asked. I just curled up and cried and cried and cried, and she held me. When we got to school, we learned that morning there was going to be an assembly. And not only that, it was going to be a music assembly. What luck! That was going to be awful for me. So I tried to ask the teachers and explain to them that it would be too loud for me to go, and too painful. The expectation is that all students attend the assembly. If you refuse to attend the assembly, we will send you to the principal's office and they will contact your guardian. My teacher, Miss Gomez, told me. So I had to go. When we got to the assembly, I was lucky to get a seat in the back row, at least further away from the music. I sat down next to Michelle, but when the music started playing, the pulsing was agonizing and I saw these lights flashing. It was very, very painful. Michelle looked at me. "You look like you're going to pass out. Are you okay?" I could barely utter a few words. "I need to get out of here. Please help me." Michelle nodded. She understood. And then she said, out of nowhere, "Hey, look!" And she pointed in the complete opposite direction of the doors. And all the staff went running to check it out. And she told me, "Go! Go!" The doors were open, so no one would hear me pushing them. I ran out of the auditorium and down the hallway. I wasn't sure where I was going to go. Maybe the janitor's closet? But just as I was about to cross into the next hallway, I spied one of the meanest teachers in that hallway, Mrs. Goodwin. Oh no, if she saw me, I would be in big trouble. I looked around. There was nowhere to hide except for the door that led outside, so I quickly pushed it open and ducked behind a bush just in time as Miss Goodwin passed by. But now there was a big problem. I was locked out of the school.